Welcome back to the podcast. I hope you had an amazing weekend. A new podcast drops every Monday, a new episode. So please be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss a single one. My winter shred has just ended, and wow, the results are phenomenal. I had 45 shredders that lost up to 30 plus pounds in just 8 weeks without overwhelm, keeping it simple and by using my macro hacks to keep it simple, consistent, and easy to fit into their busy lifestyle. Because people are sick of losing and gaining weight. They want to lose it and keep it off. So be sure to check out my results of the shred on my Instagram at Kelly Counts Macros. The counts is with a K, or join my free Facebook community, Kelly Counts Macros community. The next shred starts April 11th. I will put those details in the show notes so that you can join us this time to lose that tire around your waist, that extra fluff, so that you can look and feel good on the beach or at the pool this summer without worrying about having to tell your kids, no, we can't go to the beach, or no, we can't go to the pool, when really it's because you are too uncomfortable in your own skin. The past month inside the Kelly Counts Macros Clubhouse, the results have been phenomenal, but we have been doing a lot of easy meal prep. This past month, it was Sloppy Joe stir fry, something a little different. It's quick, it's easy, it's cheap. It has the flavor of Sloppy Joe without the bun and excess calories. The meal is an absolute fan favorite, and it's a staple in the Kelly Counts Macros Clubhouse monthly membership. The recipes inside of the membership are clickable and they shoot right into the app. So you make the recipe, decide on your portion size, feed your people, done. Always family-friendly meals and desserts inside of the monthly membership. Today, we are going to talk about time-saving tips and meal prep hacks for busy lives so that we can lose weight even though we are busy with families and work and dogs and social media and life. But first, I want to read a 5-star review of the podcast. This is from Pinsy216. Kelly knows macros. Kelly is so positive and upbeat. She always has great advice, especially food options for on-the-go families. This podcast is so informative with tips and tricks to make vacations less stressful. Thank you. Thank you, Pinsy2106. I love that you are using all of my grab and go food options for your family, and you can relax on vacation with all of my helpful tips. I love reading all of the reviews. I read each and every one. This helps me help the world. So if you have not left a review, please do so. Be sure to hit that follow button as well so that you do not miss any episodes that drop each and every Monday. So, welcome to the podcast. We will be diving into practical and time-saving tips for meal prep, ensuring nutrition and convenient options for your busy lifestyle. Number one, frozen staples as lifesavers. Get some steam fresh or frozen veggies in your darn freezer. These are lifesavers for when you're busy. Sometimes we think that meal prep has to look like a bomb went off in our kitchen every Sunday, but just buying and having these items available, I consider easy meal prep. Frozen bagged veggies are flash frozen veggies without the added sauces. A delicious tip is if you buy a bag of frozen corn, brown it up until it's almost burnt. Brown it up in a skillet. It's so good. The issue with fresh veggies is that they go bad, right? Nothing worse than feeling like you've wasted money on fresh veggies. Week after week, I hear this. Week after week, having to toss them in the trash. It's a waste of money. And you get upset because you're wasting your money and nobody has eaten them or you've not had time to prepare them. So, a strategy that I have my private clients use to incorporate both fresh and frozen throughout the week. If you do your grocery delivery, grocery pickup, or get groceries on the weekend, eat fresh fruits and veggies Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and rely on frozen the rest of the week, later in the week. So perhaps you can also buy 2 extra bags and add them to your lunch. Even if you're so tired at night and need to grab a frozen meal, maybe a lean cuisine, Vermont mac and cheese, and just add tuna and some steamed veggies. Super easy. Make this easy on yourself. Even fresh veggies at Walmart, they sit in the sun, on the truck, at the farm, and eventually make it to market. So having frozen veggies, there's nothing wrong with having frozen veggies. They are nutritious, they have all the nutrients that you need, and they don't spoil. So eat fresh veggies Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. The rest of the week, eat frozen until you get your next pickup or delivery, or you go back to the store. I can tell you that my guilt and overwhelm went down once I realized that I did not have to provide whole food meals every single meal, every single day. I finally decided to give myself grace. I breastfed my babies. I made my own baby food. And while I'm super proud of that, and I enjoy that time of my life, and I wouldn't have changed it for the world. Life changes. Perhaps you need to give yourself some grace, like I did to myself. Overcoming the guilt and overwhelm in meal planning. You may need to shift from providing whole food meals every day to finding a balance that suits your current circumstances. Yes, of course, I want my meals to look like Lily Eats and Tells, my favorite Instagram influencer for recipes. But realistically, this may only happen once a week, and that is okay. Steamable veggies are very cost effective. They never spoil, they're super easy to clean up, and also you can have your young children included in on meal prep. Have them use the microwave and include them. Kids, especially young kids, like to be included and be helpful, especially when they're younger and they just want your attention. Now, teens, like I know how, now I have, you will have to ask and deal with a side eye as they munch on pantry snacks while you are making dinner. Does anybody else deal with that? It's like, I'm making dinner. You don't need a snack. Instead, I guess I need to put them on veggie duty. It's okay to have frozen chicken as a backup in your freezer. I like bear nuggets. You can get it at Costco or Sam's. Pop those babies in the air fryer oven. Easy peasy. There's a bunch of creative uses for frozen fruits. So such as topping on your yogurt with blueberries or creating a refreshing sorbet with frozen strawberries and a mini Sprite. Lola makes this, she calls it strawberry sherbet. She blends up frozen strawberries and adds a mini 0 sugar Sprite. So it's a Sprite. It's the mini size that doesn't have any sugar or calories in it. And it's a great treat. The second tip, batch cooking and freezing protein. I suggest protein prep versus meal prep. Meal prep seems so daunting and overwhelming. I like to say protein prep or protein prep first. Batch cook your protein and freeze it for efficient protein prep. I am not joking when I say batch cook. I will have it all done in under 25 minutes. I only season it with salt and pepper, and I add other seasonings and sauces later. I get my husband on the grill. I'm in the kitchen using the air fryer, the stovetop, and oven. We smash it out. It is done. And this does not mean that you have to prepare all chicken. You can absolutely do 2 to 3 proteins. Chicken on the grill, ground beef on the stovetop, shrimp in the air fryer. If you don't need all of these, freeze them. Please, please stay tuned if you don't like to eat the same protein all week. I hear that a lot from clients. They don't like to eat the same thing all week long. They get tired of it. So I have $1 million tip towards the end of the podcast. 3, quick and healthy alternatives to have on hand for those nights when you are tired and you just can't function. You want to sit down. You want to throw on a Real Housewives show and binge watch it. Or you get home from work and everyone is hungry. The kids are starving. All you want is a minute to yourself, and they are asking, "What's for dinner? What's for dinner?" And you want to just start picking and grabbing in the pantry at the Oreos and the goldfish because you are tired and you're hungry after a long day. So having time-saving options like 90-second rice or quinoa for a speedy side dish in your pantry. Pair this with a protein and some G. Hughes sauce, and you are good to go. Make a list of guilt-free takeout options to incorporate into your weekly routine. This can reduce your stress greatly. We talk a lot about a plan inside of the shred. So perhaps you need to make a plan or a backup plan. Have a list of takeout orders that align with your goals. This way, when things go awry, you do have a plan. So a good example of this is Chipotle. Perhaps a chicken bowl with cauliflower rice, black beans, and extra fajita veggies. So the details with this: grilled chicken, 180 calories, cauliflower rice, 20 calories, black beans, 120 calories, extra fajita veggies, 40 calories, fresh tomato salsa, 25 calories, and lettuce, 5 calories. Now that totals under 400 calories, about 390 calories. Heck, you can double the protein and add another bag of cauli rice from home. I love to do this if you're bringing it home. Or add a bag of spinach from home. Have a guilt-free takeout option. In fact, I suggest to make a list of your takeout options. Fourth tip: cook once, eat twice, or 3 times, or 4 times. Cooking once and enjoying the meal twice. My first suggestion is to make enough at least for your lunch the next day. Easy to weigh and pre-track as you're putting it away after dinner. That way your lunch is already pre-tracked, it's already prepped for the next day. And in the morning, when it's so hectic because you're trying to get everybody out the door without any tears or problems, you grab it from the fridge and you go. But my $1,000,000 tip that I wanted you to hear, especially if you don't like to eat the same things over and over, is the idea of meal prepping for the freezer rather than the entire week, allowing for variety and rotation. So if you are taking the time to make a meal, you're already taking the time to do so. Make 3 to 4 times that amount. So 3 to 4 times the pulled pork. And don't put them in the fridge for all week, but put them in your freezer. This way you have variety for the week. It may take you a few weeks, a few times of doing this and doing it this way so that you have options, but then you can pull from the freezer, pull from the variety for your week. You don't have to eat the same thing all week. I hope you found this tip super helpful because I know it was a game changer and time saver for me. My family and husband do not like leftovers, not because they don't taste good, but because they like variety. So I throw the excess in the freezer, pull it out in 2 weeks, and they gobble it down because I made double, triple, quadruple, and then froze it. If I leave it in the fridge as leftovers, chances are it may not even get eaten. But if I throw it in the freezer, pull it out in 2 weeks, they'll gobble it right down. My fifth tip: get creative with pre-made bagged salad kits and bulk additions. Use bagged salad kits. Leave out or reduce the dressing. Typically, when you look at the calories and the nutrition facts on the back of these bag salad kits, the majority of the calories and the fat come from the dressing. So leaving out the dressing or reducing the dressing. You can add protein, you can add mushrooms, pickles, tomatoes, extra greens to bulk up the meal. I love to add in broccoli slaw or extra spinach or extra coleslaw. Pre-cut veggies and fruits. I know they're a little bit more expensive, but they can be time saving. Also, rotisserie chicken, if you get a whole chicken, yes, it is very, very cheap, $5 or $6 from Costco or Sam's. But you can also find pre-shredded at Aldi, Giant Eagle. So it's already shredded for you. Sam's also has already made pulled pork in the refrigerated section. You can find pre-riced broccoli and pre-riced cauliflower and bagged spinach at almost all the grocery stores. All very easy ways to simplify meal prep. And perhaps maybe you just need to purchase a few canned Progresso soups for your desk at work. Just add protein for a well-rounded meal. Perhaps you forget your lunch at home. You can go into your desk drawer and you have a Progresso soup there. If you plan on just having the Progresso soup and that's your plan and you have protein at home, bring protein from home and add it to the soup. You can rely on this instead of ordering out for lunch when perhaps you forgot your lunchbox at home. And if all else fails, you didn't prepare, your backup plan failed, my go-to is always make breakfast. You always have eggs in the fridge. Well, most of us do. Or you have chickens. Most of us always have eggs. They cook super fast and they will be aligned with your goals. In conclusion, I encourage you to embrace flexibility. I encourage you to give yourself grace. And I encourage you to keep it simple in your meal prep journey. Thank you all for tuning in. I would love for everybody to share the episode and tag me on social media so that I can say thank you. Also, leaving a 5-star review on the podcast helps more people see it, helps me help more people. Who knows, maybe you will even hear your review on here. It is time to get out of your own way. Stop self-sabotaging and get out of your own head. I help simplify it all because I know you're busy. I know you don't have time. There's so much conflicting info out there. It is overwhelming. The next shred will be open very soon. The next shred starts April 2024. The information for the shred will be in the show notes. You deserve to feel better in your own skin. You deserve to feel confident at the pool with your children. I will pull you out of feeling lost and overwhelmed and show you exactly how to count macros with confidence so that you can fit into those summer shorts that are waiting for you in your dresser drawer. The link will be in the show notes to register for the shred. That wraps up this episode of Kelly Counts Macros. Now go out, keep it simple, and remember, you're always doing better than you think you are. I would love for you to rate and review the podcast, and please join my Facebook community. It's free. Kelly Counts Macros Community, counts with a K. So that way you stay in the know and expedite your goals. The link for that will also be in the show notes. Bye for now.